everything. So those 2 years was actually just polishing and refining my skills and whatnot. Um, and yeah, and then I did my fellowships and I studied a little bit more to whatever, and then yeah, I started working.
So you're not going to do like the Indian arranged marriage and just like marry a doctor?
No, no, no. My family is also not traditional. They're they're totally cool with everything. Um, I don't. I know they don't care, and they're super okay. I guess they have never told me anything, and they knew in the past when I was dating people and all that. So they're. I think they're fine.
Do you think arranged marriages work?
I don't. I don't support that personally, but I have seen arranged marriages work. Right? I know a couple of my friends who did it, and they're doing great. But I personally do not believe in it because I don't know if I can really be with someone that I don't know or like actually sleep with someone that I have not known. It's just bizarre to me. It's
Yeah.
just crazy. And then I always ask my mom too because my mom and dad had an arranged marriage. I'm like, how did this work? It's like it worked like this in the past. Like they are okay. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on your environment. I think when the concept of an arranged marriage is like introduced, because if that's all you know, well, that
That's
isn't,
true. In
you
the
know.
past, there was nothing like love marriages, like at least for people in India.
I mean, has it always been that way? Like, that's just the culture?
Yeah, yeah. So in the past, like now, like if you go to India now and whatever, it's similar to what we have here. Not a lot of people do arranged marriages. Most of them are love marriages. But back in the day, dated when my parents or my grandparents or whatever, back in the day when my grandparents married, they didn't even see each other. So my grandparents used to tell me it was very common for them to not meet each other until the day of the marriage. So it was crazy. But then they got a little bit more advanced by the time my parents got married. So they obviously kind of spent time a little bit together. Well, time in the sense like a month or 2 months, right? And then they get married. But now, like, it's completely like US. Like, most of the marriages are love marriages.
Hmm.
Yeah, so things have changed, but again, I mean, doing an arranged marriage is again not like a um, alien thing yet.
You haven't agreed to be put in the newspapers yet?
What did you say?
I said you haven't agreed to be put in the newspaper
How do you know all of this?
yet. I can't remember how. I think my friend Sanjay did an arranged marriage, and like his parents put an ad
No,
in a newspaper.
no. Like I said, like my parents really never told me about this or asked me to do that. There are so many Indian marriage apps. Never, no. They're like do your thing, like, but they also know like I am one of those. I believe in practical things rather than just following something that doesn't make sense to me. So they know she's even if they say it's something, I'm not gonna like blindly follow anything.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. What about you? Um, why didn't you? Did you had a relationship? What's going on?
No, I'm just single. I mean, I guess I'm 42, but you know, I'm just single.
Have you not found the person, or what's the reason?
No, I think it's just like one of those destiny things when you get married and have kids, you know. Um,
Yeah.
and sometimes it doesn't work out, and I guess I guess I'm single because I just didn't want to pursue marriages that I didn't necessarily really want to be in or thought that it was going to be very successful. So I've just been happy, content, and patiently waiting. If it happens, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, I was. I think I didn't tell you. Yeah, we haven't spoken about this, but I was married before.
Oh,
Yeah.
divorcee.
For 2 years. For 2 years, it was really fast. I found him cheating, and it was like a mess and whatever. So I had to like just get away from him. So 2 years. When I was 28 years old, that's
Wow,
when I got married. We got divorced in 2020.
wow. Oof.
Yeah.
It's tough that you found out he was cheating on you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, glad I found out in 2 years, not later.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have any kids, so
No. Oh yeah, 100%. I'm so glad.
that makes things a lot easier.
Oh my God, it makes so much. And you know what? I think it was meant to happen because we never even had like bank account together. Like it was. I think we were living like roommates. I always tell my friends and family like I think it was meant to happen because we never kind of lived as partners. We always lived as roommates.
Hmm.
So it was just like weird. Our chemistry wasn't there, and it was a love marriage. So and he was a doctor. So when you said that, I'm like, does he know? Does he? I haven't told him, I guess. Well, yeah, he was a doctor, and yeah.
Yeah, my friend Ryan, he's on his second or on his he just got his second divorce, and
Okay.
he's from Gujarat state. He's Indian, and his first divorce cost him 100,000. The second divorce cost him 1 million, and but his sister, who looks like him with a wig, is happily married. They have two beautiful kids. They're both doctors, anesthesiologists. They make big bank, and they're just like super happy. So I'm just like, what happened to Ryan? Like, why? What was the thing that was happening, and what is his behavioral issue? And honestly, I think it's just alcohol, and I think the second wife, he wanted somebody who was just going to be at home cooking and cleaning and taking care of the house while he was out living his life and making money. But, it just did not. That second one was crazy and dramatic. But his first wife was awesome. So, in hindsight, I feel like he's just, if he gets married a third time, oh gosh, it'll be unbelievable if he does.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, it's just like two people still match. Like, even though you have dated and all of that, the time when you date is completely different than when you actually start living together? Um, so
Yeah, totally
there's
different.
that. Like,
It's totally different because you go from being, an individualist to being a team, a partnership.
absolutely,
Yeah.
yes, yes. And it's so hard to understand that. Um, Also, like, at least I can talk for myself. Like, I was 27, 28, just got out of dental school, trying to figure out, like, I mean, obviously I had started working and stuff, like, but trying to figure out all of that. Um, and then during pandemic, he intentionally left his job and then was surviving out of what I was doing. And, I'm like, I cannot feed a man. Like, he is a grown up man. He's not working, he's not doing anything, um, all of that. So, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, what do you think? I mean, what do you want in 2025? Like, do you want to start a family? Do you want to get married? Are you like ready? Are you?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I have been like intentionally dating, like I said, like obviously, again, like we are at that age that I don't think so. We have time and energy to waste on something that's not intentional, right? So for me, again, I can talk for myself. Um, for me, I'm definitely serious about this. Finding a partner, settling down. I don't like going out on dates. Like it's it's very like exhausting. Like going on dates and then nothing like and these days I feel like it's just so fast paced. I don't understand like what all these people are trying to gauge from going out on dates. I'm like, if I'm going out on dates, I'm trying to know the person, right? People are not serious, like going out on dates, but they're not trying to know me. The intentions are not right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's just it's also like an awareness thing. If somebody's not really aware, or they're distracted, or they're looking at their cell phone and they're thinking about a ton of different things. I mean, it's just what is somebody's awareness on a date? Some people have anxiety. Some people are just constantly fidgeting, looking at their cell phones. It's
I
like,
agree. Yes.
damn. It's like, glad I met you because I don't want to meet you again.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So yeah, I mean things definitely have changed since when back in the day when I was dating and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, is the part of the process. How are you gonna meet someone, right? Like this is the only way, or you meet people at the events. But I am a person who don't go out to parties a lot. Like I'm not a person who goes out to clubs or like just sit at the bar and meet people. I'm just not that person. So I don't know how to meet people.
Yeah. I mean, you have to have, it's like anything. I mean, you just have to have a schedule. So, and most things have a social tie in. So, I mean, if dating apps, I feel like in many ways are just like a way to filter, filter people out, like at scale. And but if you want to go to certain places, you have to invest your time and your money and your travel and everything else. So
Yeah,
it's like an easy
but
way to
again,
scam.
I'm just like weirded out. Like, do I want to meet someone at the bar? Like, no, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you're kind of at like a higher level because you're a surgeon and a doctor. So like if you just meet some blue collar worker, is he going to make you happy versus like mirroring yourself with somebody else who is a doctor and doing that whole doctor life? Because I mean, if you get married and have kids, like it'd be nice to have a doctor still doctoring while you're mothering now. Um, so I don't know. It's just however your stars align, you just have to know that you're happy and in love, like really, because like there's no like sin so terrible as to like fake love or fake a relationship, because then you're like in hell.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
I think relationships just have to be natural, authentic, and like sincere, and transparent, but like respectful. I mean, it's just got to be a good flow.
I agree. Yeah. So what are your oh, what was I gonna ask? Oh my god. I was gonna ask. Okay, what are you looking for in a partner?
Beauty, intelligence, somebody who's fun, somebody who's happy. Um, s- uh, yeah, I mean, I think that's those are important characteristics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the personality, and is it somebody you want to live with? I mean, and then if you live with somebody, is it like somebody you want to keep living with? Is it somebody you really want to have kids with? Because like I know a lot of divorced people that have kids, and I,
Yeah.
you know, I I'm pretty much like at that point where it's like I can make things work. I'm
I
emotionally
don't know. It has
intelligent.
always. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you finish. I got carried away.
No, I'm just saying that like if I get married and have kids, like I come with like I think a high level of emotional intelligence and intellectual intelligence, but um I just look at my friends who are all divorced and have kids. I'm like, yeah, they were not high in EQ, IQ, and thus this is why they are now separated.
I agree to that. For sure. Like for me, like I feel like if and that was and also like it's hard to find a partner, right? Like once you have kids, like you're always attached to your ex. Like
Yeah,
I just don't like that fact. I'm like my thing with my ex is like completely zero. Like there is no existence of him in my life or nothing, nothing, right? But I have in the past talked to a couple of men who have been divorced. They have kids, but then we would talk for a month and a half, and then I'm like, this is never gonna work for me. Um, it's because they're always in touch with their exes, and that just I
yeah,
don't like that.
yeah. My sister's engaged to a guy that has 3 kids, and his first wife passed on from like a DUI car accident. Somebody, killed her. And so my sister met him like on a dog walk. She has a dog, he has a dog, and they've been together for a while now, and they're engaged. But it's like, I just
See, that's a different story, right? Like he doesn't have to be in touch with his ex.
well, yeah, that's why I say it's like a match made in heaven.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot of single moms out there that are looking to date, and it's like, yeah, I mean, it's such a shame you can't do marriage family therapy and get back with your husband that you had your kids with, because I'm not looking to date somebody that has kids and like just not seriously, because
Right.
I want
Like
to start my own family basically.
yeah, no, I have full sympathy towards people who are single parents, and but like I don't think so I can align with them. I've tried to give it a pass and like try to like talk to people just to open up my pool, but it has not worked.
Yeah, I guess bigger the pocketbook, divorced, have kids, but you're worth like 300 million. Maybe we could make it work. Just thinking, there's always a way to like expand out of somebody's predicament that you don't like, and it's always,
Oh
in my
gosh,
opinion,
you're
it's
funny.
yeah. Have you ever been to Big Star in Wicker Park?
I have actually, and then there is the speakeasy right across the street from Big Star. Is my favorite speakeasy.
What's that place called? Violet Hour.
Yes.
Yeah, I like going to Big Star in the summer, and then going to the Roby Hotel and like sitting at the pool, tanning and
Yes,
having a
Roby
nice drink.
Hotel is very close to my office.
Yeah, it's a great hotel. That's like I staycation there in the wintertime, and I was like, this would be my dream, is to like have enough money to buy a beautiful boutique hotel, live in the penthouse, and then just like run the boutique hotel. And then I was like, wait a minute, I kind of actually have already obtained that dream. I am running basically a tiny boutique hotel. So it's kind of funny how you can ask somebody, like, what are your desires? And 80% of the
And
time they already have them, but maybe they're not aware of it.
I, that's true, but you know, the way you're telling is because how do I put it together? You're right. Probably for you, me, and people like us, but it's not for everyone. You know what I mean? Like they're still not. their desire yet. So
Yeah, I don't know. I just get the feeling
that's because
people aren't aware of the fact, like maybe they say they want something, maybe it's a new sentiment, but like if you're, anyways, it's just some kind of philosophical like position where people are unaware that they have what they want.
I see, I see what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like if you want something new, then you can, enact your will to do and go achieve to, you know, procure or obtain that desire. But I think a lot of people are just in possession of their desire, and then if you ask them, they'll say, "No, I don't have it," but they actually do have
They
it.
already, yeah, I see what you mean now.
I don't know if it makes sense, but I've heard
It
somebody's
does.
talking about it. Yeah.
It does. It does. So you have any pets?
No, no pets. My house is, um, you know, dog poo, pee pee free.
Okay.
What do you have?
I
Anything?
have a small dog, Shih
Nice.
Tzu. His name is Enzo,
Oh, nice.
and he's 5 years old, or he's gonna turn 5 years in February.
Oh, cute. Shih Tzus are cute.
Yeah, he's adorable. Of
Yeah.
course, because he's my dog. Just kidding. No, I love him.
Yeah, I've been look. There's a shelter near my house, and I've been wanting to shelter or like foster a dog
Mhm.
because I really do like dogs. I just don't want to like really own one. I'd rather just like have the cage, have the supplies, and like foster a dog for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then give the dog back. That's kind of where I'm at with owning a dog at the moment.
Yeah, but then it's better than not have it, because then you get attached to them. Um, it's a weird attachment that you have with them. I was just thinking about it today. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, if I enter the house and he's not there, like, why am I having these weird thoughts? But like, it's just crazy attachment. Like for him, like I spent like 2 hours making his food today, and I'm like, holy cow! Like, I'm spending these two because what I do is I bring his meat, I cut it, I weigh it, and then I will freeze it. So I do this like every month, and like prepare his food for a month and like weigh it and cut it, pack it, and all of that. I'm like, oh my god, I have not spent so much time for my food.
Yeah.
I, you know, so yeah, if you foster a pet, like you're gonna get attached to them.
Well, the shelter's so close to my house, that's like the only convenience aspect of it. It's like I can just, you know, just for the location alone, I was like, it's not a bad idea to at least try to foster, to see what it's like. Um, but yeah, I mean, you do get emotionally attached, but also, I don't know. I'm just, because I don't want to go the full length and adopt a dog because I just know that, like, I think about the winter time. I'm just like, oh, I would not want to get up at 7 in the morning to go take the dog out every day. I just, I don't necessarily want to do that. I know you do that every day, though, right?
I do, I
Yeah,
do, and but my dog is also well trained. So let's say if one day if I don't want to wake up and whatever, I always have like a pee pad laid out
yeah,
in my house, so he'll go and pee on the pee pad, or if he wants to potty, potty on the pee pad.
yeah,
He doesn't like spoil anything. He doesn't scratch. My dog is so nice. Like I have so many plants at my place. He doesn't touch anything. I literally have like beige colored sofas. Um, he doesn't dirty them. Like he's just like the most disciplined dog ever. I'm not saying because he's my dog, but he is because he doesn't pee on the carpet. He doesn't. He's just like I don't know. Like he's just like a perfect dog.
yeah. That's like the perfect dog. I mean, if ugh, I know, yeah. I just know bad dog owners. And I'm just like, you should not be a dog owner. You don't even
I
take care of
agree.
your dog. You don't
I
take care
agree.
of yourself. I was like, your poor dog, poor you. I was like, but yeah, I mean, if you have a like having a pit bull which like destroys your house or pees and poos all over the place versus like a dog that like knows its pee pee pad, it's like, wow, we're such a little angel.
Yeah, I every time let's say if I am out in the night, coming back late, and then when I see pee on the pee pad, I'm like, it makes me happy. I'm like, it's such a good, nice dog. He actually got up and peed on my on the pee pad. Um, yeah, I'm like a little bum here, but anyway, we can talk about something else. Enough of Enzo.
I know it's the summer nights when you're at, violet hour having a cocktail and you know you should get home to take your dog out for a pee and a poo, but that perfect little angel just doesn't miss the spot and hits those pee pee pads. Um,
Yes.
so
So
yeah.
yeah, big. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I mean, we can talk about anything you want, but, yeah, I'd definitely love to take you out for dinner some night. I don't know what your schedule is like going into, this weekend, but whatever your schedule is, I'm pretty much free, I think.
So Saturday, I have this Christmas girls' Christmas party dinner that we're doing, all the girlfriends. So that's on Saturday. Sunday, I'm going out on a brunch. Um, we can probably do Friday. Thursday is my office holiday party that I'm throwing.
Nice. What are you bringing to your holiday party?
I'm just taking all the staff out to Santa Baby. There's this place called Santa Baby.
Oh, you're doing the Santa baby, huh?
Yeah, so or I'm taking all my staff, assistants, mm, people, doctors, all of them to
Mm.
Santa Baby.
Well,
Um,
go to the dollar store beforehand and get a bunch of cheesy dollar hats, Christmas hats, and sparkler things, and so when you take your photos,
I
everybody's
don't
all
know if I
iced
have that
out.
personality, but I can do that for my staff.
Yeah, do it for your staff because you're gonna take a bunch of photos, and put them up on your credenza or your wall or whatever. Xmas 2024.
Yeah, yeah, I can do that. That's a good idea. Thank you.
Yeah, but Friday, if you want to go out in Wicker Park, we could do sushi or go to Big Star.
Yeah, we could do that. And by the way, I'm a vegetarian.
Oh, okay, fabulous.
Yeah, my family eats everything. I'm the weird one. So imagine like a broccoli and a chicken soup, or you know. Um, so I'm the only vegetarian in the family. But
Really, it's not a whole family thing. You're just different like that.
yeah, yeah.
It's not for like religious reasons or anything.
No, no, my whole family eats meat.
Oh wow. Are you
Yeah,
good? Is your family Hindu?
yeah.
Wow, because I bought a house from a Hindu family in Lincolnwood, and they invited me over to their house for like puja, I guess, or prayers and lunch.
Mm-hmm.
So I went into their basement and they like opened up this big like screen and they played like the grandmother chanting mantras or hymns, and
Mm-hmm.
they're sitting there like chanting and swaying, and it was very nice. And then we had like an incredible lunch, and I was like, wow, I was like, vegetarian food is amazing,
It
because
is.
but it's so much work. And I was like, oh god, yeah, I guess you got to just marry a woman who's like vegetarian and like knows how to cook, because then it's like paradise.
Yeah, no, there's so many vegetarian options, and people always like, especially when I'm like going out on dates, they're like, so you're a vegetarian? Where you could? I'm like, I find vegetarian options anywhere we go, and there's never a problem, you know. There, because mostly with meat eaters, they don't look at the vegetarian options, which is fine, which is obviously not a problem, but there are vegetarian options everywhere.
Yeah. Isn't there a vegetarian like Chipotle type restaurant on North across from that Cindy's ice cream? I think it's North Avenue, yeah. Is it
Not
North? Oh no,
sure.
it's Halstead. No, not Halstead. I think it's on Milwaukee. Anyways, there's actually a vegetarian restaurant in Wicker Park, which is like pretty big, and it's very nice. I've never eaten there.
Yeah, I have no, I don't know about that. But anyway, so yeah, like my brother, my dad, they all eat meat, and
They like chicken makhni.
they love it. Oh my god, they love it. So what they do is because they love my like the curry that I make. So what they will do is they're like, can you just make the curry for us, and then we'll put the chicken in there." So what I'll do is we'll make curry, and then my mom likes my paneer, so we'll add paneer, and then my cousins, my dad, everyone, they'll add chicken to their curry.
Mm. Yeah, I think Indian food is like my number two or number three favorite food. I think the first is like Mediterranean, and
Okay.
then maybe Indian. But there's like no food in the world that has as many flavors and as variable as like Indian food. It's just so expansive.
Yeah, there are too many flavors, too many spices. Um, yeah. Do you eat spicy?
Yeah, I like spicy food. I mean, I don't like to sweat into my food as I eat it, but I do like spicy food.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I really like Indian food. I've been to a bunch of Indian weddings because a lot of my friends in high school were Indian, and I went to school in Skokie, so there's like a pretty big Indian population there.
Yeah, Skokie, yes, for sure.
Is Rutu your full name?
Yeah, it is.
What does it mean? Do you know?
It means season.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's cool. I know the Gayatri mantra.
Oh, you know it. Tell
Mm-hmm.
me.
You want me to chant it to you?
Yes, please.
Om Bhu Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Deva Sadimahi Niyo Yo Na Prachodaya
I am
Om.
very impressed.
I know it's
I
not
am very impressed.
it's not perfect. I know there's like some errors in there, but have you ever I've read it in English. I was like, wow, this is like really powerful.
It's very powerful. So my family, so now that you chanted that, I will tell you this. My grandmother, so so you know how there are so many gods in our religion, right?
Hmm.
So you chanted Gayatri mantra. Gayatri is one of the goddess. So our family, or especially my grandmother, and you know, she and our like all the ancestors and stuff that we believed in Gayatri. So that's our goddess, our family goddess.
Hmm.
So we actually grew up chanting this, and this is like our, how do I explain this? Like it's just so hard to explain all of these things, but take it as like this as our family thing.
Hmm. I just
Yeah,
go.
if you do that, if you do this in front of my parents and they don't know you, they would be like, "Okay, you're coming to our family. We'll probably get you married to one of the girls in the family."
I just googled it. It says in English, "We recall within ourselves and meditate upon the wondrous spirit of the divine solar being. Guide us."
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember where I read that. Oh, my friend Ryan, his first wife. I was like doing yoga, and I was like, "Have you ever heard of the Gayatri mantra?" And she's like, "Yeah, my mom used to sing it to me every night before I went to bed." I was like, "Wow."
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a it's with the meaning too, and also like when you chant it, it just gives you such good vibrations. As a kid, I never understood the meaning until obviously I grew older, but it just always gave me positive energy.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
And I'm a
It's
person who can go to church, and I'm a person who'd go to like mosque or like I am open for me. Like God is one. Um, but there are certain things and certain, whatever. I feel like I always feel connected. Like when I went to Turkey, I went to this mosque. I just felt like I don't want to leave from there. It's just like the connection is very important to me.
mhm. Do you see that connection when you open up somebody's mouth and put the
Stop
clamps in
it.
and take the hacksaw and the
Stop it.
grinder out and you say,
Oh.
"Rah, rah."
No, I don't feel any connection there. No, I feel like with patients, I'm like the most, uh, not with the patients, but like when I am working with, like, as a doctor, I am never connected. Like, I disconnect so easily. Like,
Mhm.
I'm never emotionally there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like practical. Like, if a patient is bleeding, he's bleeding. Like, what, obviously, as a doctor, I'll do things to kind of, uh, what,
Mitigate.
like, yeah, whatever treatment that I have to do and whatever. But I don't, I don't feel emotionally connected there. I don't
Right.
know why.
Well, I don't know. It's just something to meditate on or think about because, like, you know, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the tongue, the ears, they all have like spiritual significance. So, if you can see the divine even when you're, extracting a tooth and installing a bridge or whatever kind of, I don't know what kind of surgery you do, but I'm just saying that, it's like you can, there's an expression, it's like all is God, or, something to that extent. In
I
yet,
know. I
yeah.
feel like to me, dentistry, I always see it as art more than God.
Hmm.
For me, it needs to be perfect. Like it needs to, like even if I'm like, for example, doing an implant or whatever, I don't know if I see it as a God. Honestly, I just see it as art. And I'm an artist. I paint and like
Well,
colors and like symmetry and all of that. So I think for me, dentistry is more like that.
yeah, but art is divine. So, like, art is like a three-letter word, like God, and art is like the mother. It's there's definitely a spiritual element to artwork.
Yeah, yeah. I see them like for sure. They can be connected.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever read the tarot or like studied the tarot, but art
Oh
is
yes, tell me everything about it. I believe in all of this. Okay, numerology, astrology, tarot. If you know it, please tell me. I'll want to know everything about me.
yeah, I've got a really good book on tarot, and I know that art is one of the tarot cards, and it's just so it's like divine, it's like the divine artificer, or I mean, like what you do is like, your teeth are like symmetrical, and symmetry is beauty. So by doing what you're doing, what you're really doing is helping to beautify, and but it's artwork. So you're bringing beauty into somebody's life, and balance, or symmetry, or equilibrium. And so that's, I mean, that's the art. That's like what good art should be. It should bring balance to the mind.
I agree, and I do see a connection there.
Yes,
And wait, what's your sun sign or astrological sign?
I'm Scorpio.
Scorpio. Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, so when next time the insurance company denies the billing, you can be like, well, at least I brought great equanimity and balance to that person's mouth, but you still owe me the money.
makes them want to pay us, I would do that for every single patient. Oh, these stupid insurance companies, I swear.
When's your birthday?
I am an Aquarius. My birthday is coming up in January.
Oh wow.
Yes, it's 30th.
Yeah, you're so wait, yeah, that's Aquarius. What's the Aquarius is the sign, right?
Hmm.
What's the one in December? Is that Pisces or I can't remember.
No, December, I think it's Sagittarius,
Sag, yeah, Sagittarius.
and then comes Capricorn,
Oh, okay.
and then Aquarius, and
Oh,
then comes Pisces, then Aries, then Virgo, then Gemini, and then I don't know.
I've got a really good book called um, High School Astrology, a textbook of ageless wisdom by Granny Rainbow. Do you want to hear what Aquarius says?
Yes, please.
It says that you are the water bearer.
Did you pull up the book right now?
Yeah, I've got it near my. I'm at my desk right now.
Yes,
It's
tell me, please.
it says fixed air, violet purple is your color. Aquarius is the 11th sign. The number 11 is a partnership of two individual ones. Sideways, 11 is an equal sign. The glyph for Aquarius is also a kind of equal sign, meaning as above, so below. Combine these ideas with the air element, and a quality of relationship is the result. Then add the fixed characteristics to make the equation into a stable, unchanging law. The four fixed signs hold the zodiac squarely in place. Taurus holds the solid earth, Leo controls creative fire, Scorpio knows the ways of water, Aquarius constitutes the laws of air. The hieroglyphs of the fixed signs, bull, lion, eagle, and human, are featured in Ezekiel's biblical vision. He saw the spirits of four living creatures turning great wheels in the sky. In other words, he was given a mystical experience of cosmic law. Ezekiel's use of astrological symbols is evidence that the language of the stars was part of ancient Hebrew culture. The water bearer is humanity. Our bodies are composed of a very high percentage of water, just like our Mother Earth. So we bear water everywhere we go. We also carry and share the mind, psyche, soul that is occult water. But remember that Aquarius is an air sign, not a water sign, because occult air deals with relationships. This third air sign rules one relationship to society. There are billions of us water bearers inhabiting this planet. Our major lesson here is to learn how to relate to one another in a way that works for everyone. Therefore, Aquarius is known as the sign of humanity and brother sisterhood. Natives of Aquarius are friendly, accepting, curious about any all sorts of people. Ruling planet Uranus freely enjoys all. Newton discovered a formula to express the physical law that everything in creation affects every other being. Pisces feels this law as mystic truth, while Aquarius sees it as a scientific fact. Both are correct. As an air sign, Aquarius has a strong intellectual bent. Observant, analytical Aquarius loves mental stimulation, ruled by eccentric Uranus. The higher octave of Mercury, Aquarius is innovative, open minded, inventive, and free. Aquarius governs computers and the World Wide Web, which is like a global brain. The internet puts us all in mental contact with each other, frees us to explore countless viewpoints. If Aquarius gets too mentally wound up, it is time for a walk outside. This sign rules the calves and ankles, which steadily hold us erect. In our current era of Earth history, the precession of the equinoxes makes the Aquarius the new frontier. The now dawning new age of peace brings all people together in mutual respect. Tolerant, accepting Aquarius celebrates each unique individual, welcomes the amazing diversity we create together as a big family. Aquarius is the sign of truth and clarity. As humanity enters the long awaited Aquarian age, let us open to the revelation that all parts of God are created equal.
Nice. Well, that's all Aquarius.
Well, it's interesting. Yeah, my
Yeah.
sister's February 8th. I think she's Aquarius too.
your sister?
Hmm.
Yeah, February 8th. Yes, that's Aquarius.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I like that stuff. I think it's like a useful diagnostic tool, if like you're feeling depressed or, you're lacking wisdom. I think that all that zodiac and tarot stuff is like good for the soul or good for um I think it could be used therapeutically for people.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But in India, like it's used for so many things. Like it's bizarre. Like people are so deep into astrology,
Hmm.
it's insane.
Yeah, India is like really unique in that regards. I mean, there's nothing quite like India. It's like the Marvel comic books of religious experience.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I, so I told you right. I was in India. I went after 5 years, and I felt like it just keeps changing in every way. Like religiously, there's so many. Like there's so many things there. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, no, you're right. Like these things definitely act as your therapy.
Yeah, I'd like to go to India someday. I've never been. I've been to Thailand, but I was gonna go to Jaipur because I have a friend there that
Hmm.
I've like built some websites with, and but there was like a terrorist attack when we were in Thailand there, so we ended up just coming home.
Ah, okay. Terrorist attack in Thailand?
No, in Jaipur, India.
When?
This was like 2008.
2008? There was no terrorist attack.
There was. I swear to God.
Really?
Yeah, you could Google it. I'm sure it was, still in the news or at least, in the Google database.
Let me see. Give me a second. Let me see.
I want to say it was probably like an Islamic terrorist attack.
Trying to see. You said 2000?
2008, yeah.
2008.
And it's funny because my friend, he moved to Vegas actually.
Oh, yeah. Jaipur bombings. I see it now. May 13th. Let's see.
Yeah, 2008 Jaipur blast.
Hmm.
Synchronized bomb attack. 63 dead. Wow. 216 injured. Harkat ul Jihad al Islami, Bangladesh were the perpetrators. Indian Mujahideen. Yikes.
Wow, I never knew about this.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I haven't been to Jaipur. I haven't seen India as much, honestly. Like, I always complain my parents, like, we're Indians and, like, we have so much in our country to see. But I have not seen as much. I've been all over the world, but I don't think I have been to um, all the nice places in India, like Jaipur, Kashmir, and other places. I've been to Bombay and Delhi and all of these places, but um, yeah, like South India, I have not been to South of India.
Yeah, I'd like to go to so tell me about Sri Lanka. Like, was it beautiful?
Oh my God, it was beautiful. It's just the weather I did not like because it was like humid and really, really hot. I just cannot do hot weather. I get rashes on my skin. But otherwise, like, um, it was very scenic, beautiful um, scenery and all of that. Like hospitality is amazing. Very nice people. One should definitely go.
Was it? Did it used to be called Ceylon? I think that
Yeah, they
was
were.
like when it was British, right?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they. It had many names. Like it was, but yes, Ceylon. When they used to rule.
Mm. I bought a Queen Anne coin from 1800, I believe, on eBay, and they sent me like a little history thing about India and the British East India Trading Company.
Mhm.
Um, and it was called a Queen Anne, and like that's what they would use as like an exchange for like buying all the tea, all the raw materials, and everything. Um, it was interesting how they used coin to like create a marketplace. They're distributing copper or what or silver or whatever it is, and but it wasn't just England and the East Trading Company. It was like um, the Danes, the Belgium, like everybody in Europe was on the west coast of India doing business for like since like 1800. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. And you're talking about coins. Yeah, before coins, it was copper. So they would trade copper
Mm,
as like as money.
yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah.
And my grandfather's father, he was the construction contractor with British people. So back in the day, like they would, um, what's it called? As a, what's the word for that? He used it. I can't remember that word, but as a gift, they would give all their workers and their family like shirts with buttons, but those buttons are gold.
Hmm.
So that was their price for working for them. And literally, my grandfather's father was working for them for free.
Why?
It was just like that when they were ruling. Like they would just like do people like this,
Hmm.
you know.
All right, well, Rutu, it's been fun talking to you. Hope to see you Friday night for dinner.
I will, and let me know where. And I do work until 5, so probably we'll meet around 7.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, sounds good. All right, well,
Awesome.
all right, sweet dreams, and looking forward to it.
You as well. Good night.
Okay, take care. Bye. Fake Rick. Chick left me a minute.
John,
What the fuck? You've got to be kidding me. This
Well,
for
hi. Thank you so much for the match. It's a pleasure and compliment.
Jesus. Are these women are like really sad. Oh no. A minute? That's brutal. I can't listen to a minute. Yeah. You're welcome, beautiful. Oh, I understand. Oh, understandable. Life is good. Been a good day. Oh, it's flowing and going. Oh, yeah, it's very beautiful. God is good. Life is good. Mm, it goes well. How's your day been? How's your day been today? Oh, we will have to postpone. Maybe Saturday and let me speak. I speak a little.
What? Why are you? Why are you saying my bad?
I think the reason's obvious. I don't think it really needs to be
No,
stated.
that's the thing. No, until it comes out of your bowels, and until you're able to utter it, you're gonna continue doing it. Trust me. I did it yesterday.
I like Shabbos.
Alright then, fuck yeah.
What do you mean? The
I
hell?
like
Don't
Shabbos
ever
and
say
Yom
that
Kippur.
time.
I hit the phone.
Oh no, the God's factor's coming out. Watch out, y'all.
Hey, you should be slow. What's
I
wrong
hit
with
the
this?
phone. I'm telling you.
I don't know, I'm just fucking around. I'm low key just like, I'm just trying to make this room entertaining at this point.
Why were you sorry, Christian?
for literally like falling to an endless hole that doesn't exist anymore. Like that, I think that's the best way to explain it. I mean, I don't know how to explain it.
You a smart kid.
I'm not smart, dude. Armando, I'm not. I'm not smart.
Hey,
I'm not.
now, you see it from our point of view, though?
Yeah.
It's crazy. No, imagine years of mountain on top of that, of certainty about that.
Christian, it doesn't matter if you're not smart. You're in a room of morons, losers
Oh
who
my
spend
God.
40 hours a
Adrian,
week.
just- oh my God.
You can't start for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, but
His
anyway.
name is
Yeah.
John. Don't dignify him like that.
Yeah, Jeremy is an intellectual Canadian. He thinks everything is amazing.
He's not intellectual. I don't think
Oh, he's a loser.
Intellectual?
He's a loser.
he's
Like-
saying that he's intellectual, which means he doesn't have intelligence.
He's a loser.
You saw how Adrian tried to stay away from us. but
Wastes
something
all his
came
time.
back.
It's time
Bro,
chatting about
talking games
nothing.
is like smoking crack. It's like addicting. I don't
He's a
know.
loser. Wastes all his time chatting about nothing.
Look at Adrian.
Same with Cora.
Adrian tried his best to stay away from us. He was opening
Same with
rooms,
Cora.
eating by himself, bored as fuck, talking to himself.
I see that.
Oh, God.
Day-Day.
All y'all wish niggas that put me down in the motherfucking pool, you could stay sucking my dick, 'cause that's what y'all niggas really be doing underneath.
That is a low IQ atheist.
I trolled enough in chillism. Yeah, we chilling now.
Chillism. Oh no, I haven't really been to chillism now they've completely banned me from ever going back to chillism again. But it's okay, guys.
I told you.
Christian, we just crashed out. And
He's now
it was
Black
very
Trump.
successful because it was like they were like almost 30 deep with us included.
Uncle
like,
Ruckus did
Oh,
die.
that's great.
He just hates you losers. He's now Black
I
Trump.
don't know if you saw Mondo, but there was only like 10 of them left when we left.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad y'all, were able to do that. I'm sad that I couldn't be there.
We had at least like 15, almost 20 people leave.
I mean, I feel like that just you and Armando alone makes most of them leave anyway.
Hey, she stood up too. Tali stood up, bro. That was dope. Tali stood up. She didn't kick out talking or nothing.
The thing with chillism is the only thing you have to do to make people leave is like trigger one of the loud ass motherfucking obnoxious people that are there all the time.
No, it's so easy. Like literally, I knew like it's a big range. It gets really boring, but I feel that's like our soft entry through a side door, and they let us in. And then all it takes is like just a little poker flag. Cause he loves talking about cracker slaves. Like I knew.
And if you guys don't mind, I just want to address something. The other day, Jeremy, I was looking at the replays of the room that I was kicked out of at 9:30, and I looked at the replays, and you were explaining, like the reasons why, you kicked me out the rooms or don't respond or whatever the hell. And I just wanted to say one of the reasonings that you gave, I actually did not know, and I apologize for that. I didn't know that I was coming off as disrespectful. Yeah, I just wanted to get that addressed because I wasn't able to do that the following night. So
It's okay, man. But you're American. Remember that, and he's Canadian.
well, I mean, I thought I have a whole new perception of Canadians now. It's like I thought they were the show people, and I've like
Yeah, I know. I told Jeremy this since Jordan Peterson came out and he presented for all of us to see. They have changed. I agree. I told him that before.
It's crazy. Oh, and also I'd like to welcome Steve to the room. Hello, Steve.
Well, it's good to see you, young man.
You're okay, Steve?
Well, I just heard a distressing news story. So other than that, I'm fine.
Was it about the Wisconsin?
No. No. And do you know there's a good chance that this room is being recorded and blasted out on YouTube by Adrian Dittman.
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to make sure you guys do. That's all.
A pussy.
No, we've been
It's
dealing
been
with
my
him for a long
Fucking
time. He's a
pussy.
fucking demon.
I just assume that every single one of my jobs is being broadcast by at least 3 people on YouTube. But I also believe that it's barely interesting enough to send into the room for. It is not interesting enough to sit on YouTube and watch. That's just.
I'm gonna, with your guys' permission, because I just got here, I'm going to find the story. I'm gonna post it at the top, and
Who cares about the other?
And we'll see if it
I could
shocks
record
you.
rooms for years, which I have.
So had you not offered to
No
do that,
one
I would
cares.
call you a heathen for coming in here and just teasing us with a little leader and then not talking about what you came in to talk about. So also, Mando, you were such a heathen. We're going to talk about what happened last night. Don't think I'm forgetting.
Come on, man. Get off my boy Mondo. Get off his case. Come on, man. Sorry, Diego.
I just said what happened.
I said God can use a bad vessel to spread his message. And that's not true.
And your
I said it was
your openness.
Sweet dreams, I didn't think she soon.
He can use an heathen to spread his message. Okay.
All right, y'all.
Oh, sweet
Here's
dreams.
the story I
Oh,
posted
sorry, I
at
didn't
the
say.
top. It's from
Oh, sweet
Axios.
dreams. Oh, looking forward to
And
talking.
U.S. voters between the ages of 18 and 29 were more likely than their elders to accept the recent killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. A New York poll says
Saturday at 7//,
41% of voters between ages 18 and 29 years old say it was either acceptable or somewhat acceptable, the assassination. Let's see what else we have.
Surprising that low.
He's surprised.
Sorry, I think you took that as a facetious statement. I was being
No. It's okay. It just, I'm just blown away by this. I'm just blown away.
Are you though, Steve? And again, because I'm generally curious, right? Because when the left looks at the right, they sit there and say like, I cannot understand how 50% of our country would do something like this.
Oh, by the way, there's also a stat in there that the Democrats, when you break the young voters down by Democrats and Republicans, the Democrats almost outnumber the Republicans, almost 2-1, that it's acceptable or somewhat acceptable for the assassination.
And I'm blown away that many Republicans thought that way. See, I thought it was going to be almost entirely up.
Very interesting.
Like that stat for me is a woke left stat. But that's 41% of the left. Thinking it's okay to fuck capitalism and kill rich CEOs. That doesn't look like a right thing. That looks like a. And I say that as a leftist Canadian.
I'm just completely blown away by the lack of appreciation for human life. Say,
really though?
They identified the shooter, though.
Oh, they arraigned him today, first and second degree murder.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, Adrian's up here.
Yeah, I read, psychologically speaking, in situations like this, you're just gonna mute me, but bring me up. Okay,
yeah,
then I.
Discipline.
Oh, discipline. Oh, discipline.
Yeah.
You need discipline. Teach me discipline, oh monkey master. You don't even know discipline. None of you know discipline. Talk it. You can talk it all you want. Well, let's see if you have any discipline.
No, I could discipline you.
Oh, what would you do to me, Cora? I've been a naughty Adrian.
I just want you to sit and think about it.
Like, I guess, Steve, and I know it's not the same as shooting someone in the head, obviously, right? But, like, I think if you were to run a poll on whether January 6th was kosher or, horrific, again, I appreciate not shooting someone in the head. I think you would see similar numbers. And again, I'm actually more blown away by the 2-1 stat than I am with the 41%.
The fuck does this have to do with J6?
Can we do a meeting about whether or not we could ban Adrian?
Go ahead, ban me. Free me from your stupidity and the waste of your life. So I don't give a fuck.
Sorry, my bad.
Day, some
My bad.
some of the things they come up with are very interesting. I have to say.
Ooh.
You. I mean, I don't know.
Is this monkey
I'm
love?
pretty sure it's been like a wide. I feel like it's been like a wide accepted thing where we don't really kick people out of like groups and stuff like that. I don't know if that revolves.
No, go ahead. You guys can kick me. I can be your first victim of your own loser stupidity. Go for it.
So, like, I'd say yes and no. Yes and no, Christian. Because, like, what do you do if, like, you have a room, right? And there's a guy named Billy Bob that comes in all the time. He hates you, but he likes to troll a lot. He likes to bother whoever else is up there, like your friends or whatever. And let's say he's been doing this for 3-4 months. He hates you. He hates you and your friends. He likes to troll. He comes in, does it again. 3 months. He hates you. He hates your friends. Comes in and trolls. What do you do at this point? What do you do?
You just kick them. You stop doing your rooms all the time, 7 days a week, 50 hours a week, talking about nothing. It's a huge waste of fucking time.
Okay, so if you want my personal opinion, I feel like that if he's causing that much of a disturbance, I feel like that there should be something done about it.
We did it all.
But I don't
Well,
really.
he also blames you for being here. I mean, it's only our fault that he's here, hating being here.
I don't know.
Just, how about you guys just talk about something smart instead of talking about, talking about things. So. Can you please use your regular voice, Cora?
Yeah, I don't want to ban people. I don't want to ban anybody.
Ban and kick.
Keep people.
Kick and ban.
Yeah. And, keeping people in the audience would be like the ideal
Kick,
plan.
ban.
But there's so many other admins that don't really know or agree fully with something like that. They might bring somebody back up. And then, or they might not even know about it. And then they start throwing.
Let's talk about Clubhouse app functionality.
That, bro.
Let's talk about the new home screen.
You know what, on our function I would like them to take a sample of John's voice and every time
Let's talk about the new home screen.
That it immediately throws into the goo. Like it's automatic. No one has to think of it.
So I said we do this. Adrian will bring you up, and we'll give you 5 minutes to either troll or to make your case why you should not get banned completely to the point where we will never see each other again, Adrian. This will be the last day.
Great.
You can either convince us.
It can't come soon enough, faggots.
Let's see what you want to do with your.
You just went to the Matrix, but it's okay. I think I got the message.
Okay, so you're gonna give me 5 minutes uninterrupted?
You can either troll us or you can make your case.
Listen, if you're gonna give me 5 minutes, I'll choose what I want to do with my 5 minutes, which is I'm just gonna read to you from a book. If you don't want to give me 5 minutes, then I don't need preconditions on what I can and cannot say. If you're gonna give me 5 minutes to read from a book, I will just read from a book.
to dance. When I dance, I feel like a fish, electric fish.
Beautiful.
Wow, Cora. Is that what you told the guy that you talked to for a year? Then he finally said he can't talk to you anymore because it would be unethical to continue talking to you for a year?
5 minutes have been restricted. You do no longer have 5
Yeah, I
minutes.
didn't think I ever had fucking 5 minutes day, you stupid little 10-year-old monkey boy.
So I gave you the option. You had the option to be safe. You had the option to become
10-year-old
friends.
monkey boy.
You literally stepped on it. You stepped on the friendship. You stepped
Is that
on
what you tell you?
everything.
It's unethical
It's
to continue
over.
talking to me?
I'm so sorry.
Ban it,
John's
kick it,
just
faggot.
I'm
stepping
not
Ban
gonna
it,
do it.
kick
I'm
it,
not gonna do it,
faggot.
Adrian.
Ban it,
I'm gonna let the other moderators do it if they want.
I want to. Everybody with thumbs up if they want to.
What are we wanting to do or not do?
I think that's a red.
Are we decapitating and eliminating Adrian for good?
But hold on, let's have clarity. Okay, because I lost a whole court case because people thought I wanted the death penalty when really that's not what I was talking about. So there's leave him in the goo, there's kick him out of the room, and there's kick him out of the house. What are we talking about?
We're talking Betty.
Yeah.
So kicking him out the house is what he said, Jared.
We won't no longer know him.
He'll be never again.
He will be exiled. Not kidding.
We wish him the best with his journey.
I need a trial before I make that judgment. Would you want me to make the judgment now?
Yeah, because
I offered him 5 minutes to get up here and state his case. He wanted to play a message for 5 minutes.
Yeah, but dude, Boris would have done the same.
Yeah.
Bro,
No.
you decided, whatever you decide to do in court is what you decide to do.
Zero attachments.
AVC.
Okay, we'll just, so for everybody, we'll just do it right now. Jeremy, thumbs up or thumbs down. Dan, Adrian. Cora?
I wish we could only ban the part of Adrian / John that's obnoxious and keep the good Adrian / John. But since he seems incapable of controlling himself, that's a tough one.
Oh, the icebreaker. That's 3-2. That's or 3-1.
Yo, get out.
3-1.
Not good.
I know, Christian. I know you had a thumbs up, but I'm just saying, Adam is that was still the icebreaker right there with Cora.
And I want him to feel this deeply because he knows that I love the part of him that's a good person.
He wants to feel it deeply.
But he can't. It's like he's like addicted. He's addicted.
I tell you how we can cut the wolves even deeper, Cora.
Right.
Jeremy has to be the one to do it. Jeremy has to do it.
It's like.
So
Like
that's fine.
Like John, if it were like Slim Shady, you know, like I could respect that, but it's not fucking like Slim Shady. It's not.
I will do the deed under one condition. I respectfully asked for one.
We need the music.
Plea. No, hold on. I asked for one plea to the court and one more vote.
Mhm.
The vote is against what I vote for. I will do the deed.
All right. So you got something else you want to plead?
Yes. This is how I plead. What court initially said was
You can
actually
block
the
him
answer
with you,
she
see if I care.
right, which is you shut up, you little heathen. Which is this?
See if I care.
You said there's a part of this guy.
If you
that's good.
disappear.
I know you don't care, you heathen. You said there's a part of this guy that's good, and there's a part that's not. And I wish I could separate those, but because I couldn't, and see, that was actually the right answer. And the answer is no, right? And this is why. Is that yesterday, the day before, we had a trial, right? We had three people, and one of them was voted down, right? And that was the right decision, right? However, with every single person we put down to make the house stronger, we at the exact same time make the house weaker. We create cracks in the foundation, right? And so I'm not saying that it's not required and so on, but if you do it without understanding the repercussions, the negative repercussions to the house, then you shouldn't be doing it. You need to understand the repercussions. It's kind of like quantum computing, right? It's as you add qubits, if you are not at the same time reducing the errors, more than the qubits that you're adding, then you shouldn't be out there just adding qubits willy-nilly. So, with that being said, I would ask for a revote.
All right.
Thumbs up. Admins, thumbs up. If you think we should kick him.
Steve, are you there?
If you think you should
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so your vote is crucial right now because we're only going off of what's in the room. So everybody, thumbs up. Jeremy, want to?
Yeah, thumbs up if you think a permanent boot from the house, or thumbs down that we should not do it. It's not. It will do more harm than good. So thumbs up or thumbs down.
What was the question?
You heathen! How dare you?
He did say it kind of weird. He did say it kind of weird. Say it again.
I'm sorry. Thumbs up means we kick him out permanently from the house, and thumbs down means we do not. We hold.
He's the last man standing.
Wait, hold on. You gotta wait. You tricked me, nigga. That's not.
What? You love by the what?
Alright, I'm just gonna say, Steve,
I'll give my vote. My vote is I abstain, and I approve of whatever the majority of the fandom wants to do.
Pussy.
Can I ask a question? And this is just a.
You can ask me anything.
I appreciate that. Is that allowed in the Supreme Court?
I'm sorry?
Is that allowed in the Supreme Court? Like, can a Supreme Court justice withhold voting one way or
Yes and no.
I think they can recuse themselves.
Well, that's different. That's different.
so Steve, I want to get your opinion. You don't have to be like.
I'll give you my opinion. What do you want my opinion on?
So, this guy Adrian's a troll. We've known him for a very long time, and we think this is should be a farewell with them, and move on because he's never gonna do nothing for the house but troll.
I've probably known him on Clubhouse longer than any of
Goodbye,
you. Go
loser.
ahead.
So that's my.
Goodbye, loser.
See something different. Some people might want to keep him here. I think he should go. I think he's a detriment. But I mean.
Well, I gave you my vote. That's my vote is I abstain and I approve of whatever the majority says. That's not an opinion. That's my vote. I abstain.
And I think if they're not even fighting, right? They're not even stepping up into the court to like defend themselves. They don't get.
And again, I think what you're not taking into consideration is that there may be pieces of shit in the house, right? Which is fine, but they have to cause enough detriment
Like you monkeys.
the amount of damage that kicking out anyone does.
And you all might want to check the comments in the group chat for the last 2 minutes, just FYI.
Yeah. Well, if anyone does it though, it has to be Jeremy. That has to.
I said I would adhere to whatever the revote dictates, and the last revote dictates that we do not.
Oh, so Jeremy's abstaining with me.
No, I'm not. I voted.
Oh, you tricked me though. You told me I thought it was vote down for the other shit.
Listen, just because you're not smart enough to understand English and fucking follow instructions does not mean that
You know what?
you did not.
I also abstain. With Steve.
Prove how low cute. Prove how
So
low
Lance, are we
IQ.
gonna go with the last vote? Is the last vote and he stays, or would you like another
We'll just ask. We'll just ask. I say.
I can just come in
I say
any
execute.
any day,
Mondo, what do
day
you say?
of any day of the week with a burner.
I don't like the same question asked so many times. I would have said non-execute him. I would have chosen already, to keep him.
You just come in any day of the week with a burner to require low IQ. You losers.
I say execute him.
So and then Jeremy, you said no. So that's me. Mondo said yes. You said
Losers
no.
are here 40
That's
hours a week
two and one.
talking
Cora
about
said, what did you say, Cora?
N-word stuff.
She said no.
Who are you executing?
Talking
And then
about
Cora said no.
N-word stuff.
So that's 2-2. And then Steve, I think he's just going with whatever.
That's correct. I'm going with whatever.
So Bob, this is the argument. This is what we're doing. Is Day Day and Mando have demonstration blood and now they're a little thirsty. And what I said is that I think we made the other day. But also the damage to the house that we cause is ridiculous. Let his blood be on me and my children. You vampire. You want to go with the scripture? We can do it. You know I will run toward. Keep laughing. So we're saying that the damage to the house that happens by keeping someone out. In some cases,
Thursday,
the benefit.
Friday, Saturday.
That's my position.
What hurts the house when you do it is
Hey,
not
when we do it.
Hey,
Hold on a
can we
second.
do Boris next, please?
Yeah, do me a
Sweet.
hold on a second. The thing is,
He will not last 3 days back to back. He must
What's the number?
the damage that you do is not kicking somebody out, is the presentation you put up. It makes you look weak as a house.
Hey, we got another admin, Taz. We're doing a trial right now of somebody's life. Adrian down below. Thumbs up if you think he should go. And I'm talking about execute decapitated, or thumbs down if you think he should stay in the room and survive and be a part. But read the chat. I see thumbs up. Execute. Mono says execute. Jeremy says don't. Cora says don't.
Hungry core.
That's not my answer. I was just giving a thumbs up to let you know I don't.
No.
Thank you. You almost. You're like, hey guys.
You're the icebreaker, Taz. Do you look down below and look at Adrian? If you're the icebreaker, if you want to, you can have all of us, and we'll all throw stones and stone him to death, and he will be banned.
Well, John, I was about to change my vote, but then I looked in the chat and I realized.
Hold on, because this is a kangaroo court. If we're just gonna have one side,
Monkey court.
without the proper other side, right? So Taz, you are deciding. We are absolutely fine, and your vote will matter, right? And so you've heard David's position. And my point is that yes, there are some non-contributing people. That's right. But they have to be so non-contributing
just want to
and so
talk.
poisonous that they do more detriment than a house that goes and kicks out house members willy-nilly, right? And so if we let this Adrian guy, who's just, in my opinion, just, a weak-ass troll, if we're gonna...
You losers just want to talk all the time to get dopamine and no substance.
My bad.
Losers.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You can be an example.
He's the token, bro, the perfect one.
Did we not already send the green intel ghoul to the fucking gallery? That's what I'm saying. You can't use an example. The first one's an example. The next one is just a fucking
Jeremy is a total IQ loser.
And I know I'm low IQ.
Nah, bro, because we can be like, yo, what happened to you happened, what happened to Jeremy happened to you. They'd be like, who's
He's a high
Jeremy?
school
Be like,
teacher.
all right,
You know what, honestly? Even though I'm the only guy fucking defending him and he's shitting on me in the chat, if he fucking gets the thumbs down, I will take so much joy in kicking the fuck out of him.
The losers have never stood at attention for taps. Losers. Jimmy and JD are total losers. Oh my god, we got him real good. We got him real good.
I thought he's won the U.S. visa lottery.
What a way to start a movie.
Talk about a memorable entrance, right?
Yeah, it really sets the tone for his character.
Why did you pause it?
What about me? Yeah.
I'm gonna start on your mom so hard tonight, man. This can be something.
Come on, man. It's fucking whatever.
Yeah, wait till he gets to the other characters. He doesn't think you're the worst.
The real ones are gone anyways. Fucking.
Yeah, you had to include me too. Remember, I was the hot woman.
This can get really big, and I can make this so big.
Sunny, he's resourceful, thrives in chaos.
Yeah, loves to push those boundaries.
Makes you wonder how that energy will play out in Silicon Valley, you know.
In that whole cutthroat environment. Then we got Andrew. American-born MIT grad.
Super brilliant.
Battling schizophrenia and feeling like an outsider.
In India, in America, like he just doesn't quite fit in.
Andrew's story
What is this?
really digs into the struggles of second-generation immigrants, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
That whole identity crisis, trying to find where you belong.
And it makes you question, right? Like, is Silicon Valley really this meritocracy it claims to be?
Does it really embrace everyone? Or just those who fit a certain mold?
That's a good question. Then you have JR. Total opposite of Andrew, right?
Yeah, ultra-wealthy, the playboy.
Gets expelled from his family.
And decides, hey, Silicon Valley, here I come.
You'd think with all that privilege he'd have it easy, but
Not so simple, is it?
he's running from something. Trying to prove himself outside of his family's shadow, you know?
Totally. And how's that going to fly in the Silicon Valley grind?
Where it's all about hustle and hard work.
Exactly. And last but not least, we got Sambar.
Coming from a background of poverty,
And carrying a lot of resentment towards the wealthy.
America, for him, is a chance to rewrite his story.
To escape that past.
What's interesting is how that resentment might play out in the tech world.
Right, like will it fuel his ambition?
Or will it lead to self-sabotage?
It's a clash, right?
Yeah.
Between wanting success and being angry at the system he's trying to climb.
Totally. So we have this squad
The FOB squad, all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
landing these coveted jobs at dingdong.com.
Okay, oh come on, we all know what that's a stand-in for.
It's pretty obvious, right?
But those Silicon Valley dreams,
They sour pretty quickly.
it's like a satire of the whole tech industry, you know?
Promises versus reality.
Cutthroat competition,
Yeah.
microaggressions, the pressure.
It's exhilarating and isolating all at the same time.
It's a commentary on the dark side of the tech world, for sure.
The way it chews you up and spits you out,
And then, boom,
the bombshell drop.
the FOB squad gets hit with this false accusation.
Sexual misconduct.
This whole pump and dump storyline, man, it goes deep.
It really dives into the complexities of the hashtag #MeToo movement.
Social media outrage, the whole 9 yards.
The impact is devastating. They lose their jobs, visas revoked, facing deportation.
Talk about a nightmare.
It makes you think about due process, innocence, trial by social media.
They're like, what now?
Right, what do you do?
They hop in this beat-up van
Crank up the Britney.
and hit the road to clear their names. It's a classic escape and redemption story.
But with a twist. Right, they're not just running, they're fighting back.
Against the system that wronged them. But here's where Indian FOB 3.0 gets really wild.
Like, hold on tight, things are about to get weird.
Out of desperation, they launched this business. Are you ready for this?
I don't think I am.
Open air toilet service on the beaches of California
Wait, what?
called Shit on the Beach.
You can't make this stuff up.
It's outrageous, hilarious, and kind of genius.
It's a commentary on, like, societal norms, the American dream, everything.
What starts as a way to survive becomes this cultural phenomenon.
It's poking fun at our obsession with authenticity, wellness, you know.
And the lengths we'll go to for a unique experience.
And of course, success always comes with price.
Right. Media attention, political scrutiny, legal battles.
It's like they've hit a nerve, exposed the absurdity of it all.
And we're left wondering, how are they going to handle this?
What's next for the FOB squad?
We'll have to wait for part 2 to find out.
Welcome back. So you know what's really cool about Indian FOB 3.0?
What's that?
It's not just about the crazy antics, you know?
Right.
It uses those outlandish situations to say something deeper about identity.
Oh, yeah.
Each character is on this journey figuring out who they are.
Individually and as Indian men in America.
Exactly. Like Sonny, for instance.
He starts off almost like a caricature, the ultimate hustler.
Yeah.
But then we see him exploring Contra.
Which it's not just played for laughs, you know? It's about him connecting with himself, understanding intimacy.
And challenging those Western ideas of masculinity.
Totally. And Sambar,
he's driven by this need to prove himself, like he's overcompensating.
For his past, right. That poverty he came from.
And that resentment he has towards the wealthy.
It adds another layer to his character.
All right, buckle up, everybody, because today we're diving into
He's
a world
trying to succeed in a system he doesn't even trust.
Right. And then he falls in love with this strong, independent black woman.
Which it challenges his own biases.
His preconceived notions about race, relationships.
Everything. Andrew's journey, that one's really compelling.
Shut up. I don't like this one.
Culture clashes, outlandish schemes, and the American dream.
Yeah.
But not your typical rags to riches story.
Definitely not.
We're talking about Indian FOB 3.0.
Uh-huh.
It's a proposed film script. And just the title alone is a trip, right?
It is, yeah. FOB, fresh off the boat, for those who maybe aren't familiar with the term.
Right, sometimes used to describe those who are visibly new to America.
Yeah. And then there's that 3.0.
Exactly.
Like a software update or...
Yeah. It hints at a modern, tech-savvy twist on that classic immigrant narrative.
Or like taking it to a whole new level.
And the story.
Oh, the story is wild.
It is.
4 IIT graduates from India.
Yeah.
A scandalous layoff, a venture called Shitting on the Beach.
Oh, yeah, I can't forget that one.
And then they create an Uber-like escort service.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
But are these filmmakers just playing with stereotypes for laughs, or is there something deeper going on?
I think that's what's so interesting about it. They're definitely pushing buttons with the humor.
For sure.
But you get this sense that they're using it to lure us into a much more complex story.
Right, because it's not just about these crazy business ideas. It's about these 4 guys.
Yeah.
The FOB squad, they're called.
Yeah.
And they're not just some one-dimensional stereotypes. Each one comes from a different corner of India with their own baggage and dreams.
Their own reasons for coming to America.
Yeah. They're all chasing that American dream, but we quickly realize it's not as simple as it seems.
Exactly. And that's where the satire comes in. It's not just poking fun at the FOB label. It's using that humor to expose the absurdities of Silicon Valley.
The culture there.
The clash between traditional values and these modern aspirations.
And just the often bizarre ways that people try to make it in America.
It's like holding up a funhouse mirror to the whole immigrant experience.
Okay, so let's meet the FOB squad. We've got Sonny, our protagonist. He's from a lower-class family in Mumbai. And the script opens with this hilarious scene of him squatting on a crowded beach.
Wait, what's he doing on the beach?
Let's be real, doing his business.
Oh, okay.
Brother comes running up, waving this golden ticket.
Golden ticket.
They won the U.S. work visa lottery.
Wow. Talk about a juxtaposition.
Right. It's like this ultimate contrast. Sonny literally caught with his pants down. And suddenly he's presented with this life-altering opportunity.
That's such a striking image, you know? It speaks volumes about where he's coming from.
Absolutely.
The environment he's trying to escape.
Yeah, America for him represents a chance to rewrite his story, to achieve something bigger than what his family, his society might expect of him. Then there's Andrew. He's actually American-born. He grew up in Queens.
Okay.
But he struggles with schizophrenia.
Oh, wow.
Which makes connecting with people, fitting in, incredibly difficult.
He's facing a whole different set of challenges.
Yeah, he's this brilliant coder.
Yeah.
But also deeply isolated, even in his own country.
That's fascinating because he flips the script on the typical immigrant narrative.
He does.
He's already in America.
This is
But he's
awesome.
searching for that same sense of belonging, that validation that so many immigrants come here seeking.
He wants to fit in, but it's not about cultural assimilation for him.
Right. It's about overcoming these internal barriers and societal stigma.
Okay, next up we have JR, the ultra-rich playboy from Gujarat scum.
Oh boy, playboy.
He's rebelling against his family's wealth, diving headfirst into coding and partying like he's trying to prove he's more than just a trust fund kid.
A classic case of privilege problems.
Yeah, but is it?
different kind of struggle, right? It's the struggle of trying to forge your own identity when you've always been defined by your family's name and their fortune.
His coming to America isn't about escaping poverty.
Not at all. It's about escaping expectations, proving he has something to offer beyond his inherited wealth.
And lastly, there's Sambar driven, ambitious, but carrying this deep resentment towards his father.
Interesting.
His dad's a street food vendor who constantly berated him for not being successful enough.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah, so coding becomes Sambar's way out, his ticket to a life where he defines success on his own terms.
I see. So he's driven by this need to prove his father wrong.
Absolutely. But it's also about breaking free from those expectations, creating his own path.
Sambar's story really hits on those complex family dynamics, right? The weight of parental expectations and how they can fuel both ambition and resentment.
Oh, really?
He's chasing the American dream, but he's also trying to outrun his past.
Now, what's interesting is the script doesn't just focus on the FOB squad.
Really?
We also get these glimpses into the lives of their families back in India, the parents they left behind.
Oh, that's important.
There's this poignant scene with Sambar's father, this gruff, demanding figure sitting in his son's empty room,
Oh, wow.
clutching a worn-out cricket bat, just lost in thought.
That's powerful.
It reminds us that the immigrant experience isn't just about the people who leave.
Right.
It's about the families they leave behind. The parents who make sacrifices grapple with all these conflicting emotions.
The pride, the worry, the loneliness.
Yeah, their dreams are intertwined with their children's, even if they're living them out oceans apart.
It's a powerful reminder of the ripple effects of these choices.
Exactly, and that's just the beginning of their journey.
I can't wait to see what happens next.
Act 2 kicks off with the FOB squad living that supposed dream. They've landed jobs at this hotshot tech company called DingDong.com. They're pulling in big salaries, working with the best and brightest.
Yeah, the epitome of Silicon Valley success.
But the honeymoon phase doesn't last long.
What happens?
Well, the script does this really interesting thing. It uses this seemingly idyllic setting, Silicon Valley, to expose those subtle forms of bias that can exist even in the most progressive environments.
Kind of stuff you might not even notice at first.
Exactly.
Believe it or
not,
not,
racist or anything.
More
this
like
beautiful, sexy body has IBS. And you
You
either have crazy stomach issues or
That feeling
you're
of being an
insanely
outsider,
sexy.
even when you're
I just
supposedly
happen
part of
to
the
be
in crowd.
both. I just happen to have both qualities.
Being
So,
mistaken
yeah.
for other Indian colleagues, having their ideas stolen or credited to someone else.
IBS,
It's
huh?
exhausting just hearing about it.
It's demoralizing, for sure. And it slowly chips away at their initial optimism.
So they're facing these subtle forms of discrimination,
Then
and
comes the real blow. They get falsely accused of sexual misconduct.
wow, seriously.
Yeah, it's this ambitious, power-hungry coworker working with some insecure managers. Weaponize the #MeToo movement to sabotage the FOB squad's careers.
That's me. That's me. That's
And
me.
it raises all these questions about power dynamics, especially for minority groups who can be more vulnerable to these kinds of attacks.
Absolutely, it's like using a social movement for personal gain.
Right, and the fallout is
Oh, are
swift.
you beautiful?
They're fired, their visas are revoked, and suddenly they're facing deportation.
Everything they worked for, gone just like that.
It's a complete betrayal, and it shows just how precarious the immigrant experience can be, how your entire life in America can hinge on a single accusation, a bureaucratic technicality.
It makes you think about fairness due process and those systems that are supposed to protect the vulnerable but often fail to do so.
Big questions for sure. And remember that opening scene, the van breaking down on the way to Vegas?
Yeah.
Well, that's where we pick up after the flashback.
Sure now.
The guys are reeling from this injustice. Their dreams shattered, their futures uncertain.
So what do?
They embark on this impromptu road trip, partly to escape, partly to clear their names, partly to just figure out what the hell they do next.
Makes sense. They need to get away, process everything that's happened.
Exactly. And this road trip becomes this journey of self-discovery, a chance for them to bond with each other, rediscover what truly matters.
It's also a classic road trip trope, right? The open road is a symbol of freedom possibility.
For sure. And the script uses it to poke fun at all those American stereotypes, too. You know, the quirky characters, the roadside attractions, the bizarre encounters that make up the fabric of this country.
Oh, I love these kinds of scenes.
They meet a truck stop waitress who dispenses life advice over greasy burgers.
Of course they do.
A conspiracy theorist gas station attendant who warns them about government mind control.
Classic.
A hitchhiking hippie who extols the virtues of living off the grid.
It sounds like a microcosm of America itself.
It is this diverse tapestry of belief beliefs, backgrounds, experiences all converging on this open road.
And it forces the FOB squad to step outside their Silicon Valley bubble to confront their own
Enjoy
biases
now.
and see the country and themselves in a new light.
And then there's this touching scene where Sam Marvel, taking a roadside bathroom break, runs into his father's old friend, Money.
Money, what a name.
Right. But this encounter is critical for Sambar. Money reveals that his parents are heartbroken, that they miss him terribly, and he even gives him a box of sweets from his mother.
Oh, that's sweet.
It is. It's a reminder of the emotional toll his absence has taken on his family, the sacrifices they've made.
That's it, man. I can't give you. There's a lot of changes I've made in the script. Can't give you guys everything.
Never included my name,
They compliment each other, how after they say something they follow up with like, that's exactly right, or the complimenting gives it a real feel.
It's so good. Keep going.
No. That's
How did you generate that, and what website did you use?
Don't worry about how it's.
Don't worry about it. I gotta know, because now I'm just.
I can't give you the recipe, man. Look, this movie can be a real hit, in my opinion. And I just need.
Yeah, it's a hit right now. It'll never be a hit in the future, but it's a hit right now.
I just need good people to play the parts, There's some changes.
Here, I'll give you some of feedback.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a little bit serious. I like the old version more than than the last.
Oh my
God.
God.
Than this version. This isn't bad though. The Me Too thing could be interesting, but they shouldn't be for my IT because that just ruins the film. Like the IT people are very sought after in the States, so they should be kind of a bit more like University of Putnah or something, right? Like Putnah Engineering College or something like that, right? They need to be more like kind of a bit more normie and not as elite, right? And then in terms of the whole racism angle, I mean, I think that's a bit overdone, right? I mean, now, Indians are somewhat so prominent in Silicon Valley, and, people are a little bit tired of a lot of that, a lot of the wokeness and stuff like that, so I think that should go. I think the shitting on the beach thing, could be, could be interesting, like in the beginning, where it's the first version, right? You had the guy shitting on the beach in San Diego, and he really wasn't, right? So he wasn't actually, so what I'm thinking is, he gets arrested for shitting on the beach, right? And then he gets in trouble for it, and then he starts a toilet coming, and we find out at the end that it didn't actually, and he was just falsely accused. So that could be, but it really should be more funny than coming of age. It's really a comedy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like your feedback. We can. I mean, look, I can make this movie any way I want.
Right.
Funny happy.
Like people, it literally take me like half an hour to make change.